Is there anyone else in the isekai genre that we feel worse for than Natsuki Subaru? Probably not. From being beaten to death by the future best girl to gutted alive by the bow hunter, this dude doesn't catch a break for like the entire show. ReZero has come out strong as one of the greatest isekais to ever be made, paving the way for some absolute killers to the anime world like Mushoku Tensei, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Rising of the Shield Hero, and many more. That's why we're here to bring you the top 10 things you might have missed from ReZero Season 1. Before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe for weekly 10 things you missed from your favorite anime. We just posted a video on Dr. Stone Season 1, and an early video on Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. Also, comment below what anime you want us to do next and we'll add it to the list. Coming in at number 10, A Dog of Flanders. After being isekai'd into this new world, Natsuki Subaru landed in Laguna, somehow still holding onto his cell phone. In episode 19, as Subaru and his army waited during the night to strike against the white whale, his cell phone rings. Which, by the way, is some next level Nokia BS battery life, but it's anime logic, so like, maybe it was the power of friendship. Some OG anime lovers might recognize the ringtone, as it's from the 1975 anime called A Dog of Flanders, adapted from the 1872 novel. The anime tells the emotional story of a boy's struggle in his life, as his grandfather passes away, leaving him alone to live a challenging life with only his dog. A fitting reference to the story, as Subaru was brought into this world alone with only one person to trust, Emilia. But even more so of a parallel is that the earth dragon that Subaru got from Krush was named Patrash, which is the name of the dog in the animated series. Studio White Fox seems to draw a few different parallels from the show in later seasons, so we recommend skipping out on that anime if you don't want to get spoiled. Number 9. Subaru can overcome the witch's power? As we saw from episode 17, when Subaru reveals his return by death power to Emilia, it caused the Witch of Envy to kill Emilia in retaliation. While we don't know the reason behind why she gave him this power, it appears to be unavoidable. But what if someone was strong enough to handle the witch's attack? If someone was powerful enough, could Subaru tell them about the witch's power without them dying? While it's just a theory, what if the person that Subaru tells is either immune to the power of witches or immortal? The best candidate that comes to our mind is Volcanica, also known as the Divine Dragon, that Rosewall is adamant to get his hands on for unknown reasons. Dragons are often the personification of intellect or wrath in anime, and for Subaru's sake, we hope it's the former. Number 8. Who were the other 3 Great Spirits? It was revealed that Puck was actually the Great Spirit of Fire, which is kind of an odd name for someone who uses ice magic as a primary weapon in combat, but anime irony, I guess. It's said that there are 4 Great Spirits, as we learnt from the words of the former Great Spirit of Fire, Melicuera, whom Puck stole the title away from. These events happened in the special OVA titled The Frozen Bond, which highlighted the backstory of Emilia and Puck, and it's a shame that this didn't end up making its way into Season 1. The OVA takes place chronologically, right after the 12th episode. We found out that the other 3 elements are supposedly wind, water, and earth. If Puck is said to be so powerful that he can actually bring the world to its end, then we can't wait to see what these other 3 spirits will look like. If you're pumped too, don't forget to toss us a like down below. Number 7. There's always someone under the mask. It's an unspoken law in the anime world that there's always someone important hiding in plain sight behind a mask, whether it's Toby in Naruto or just plain old Usopp in One Piece. In ReZero, this person can be seen by the Knight of Priscilla Burial. We didn't see much of him throughout the season, but there was one scene that really caught our attention. During his first interaction with Subaru, he says that he's there to find the missing child. And everyone assumed that he was talking about Priscilla, but what if he was actually talking about Subaru? We all know that Subaru is missing from his world, and his parents are worried and have assumed the worst already. But what if he's actually somebody from Subaru's world, like his dad? We know that it might be a little iffy for the story, but considering how he could have just found his way into the kingdom of Laguna a few years before Subaru did, it could all well be true at the end of the day given, well, anime logic. We know that the reaction of Al seeing Subaru for the first time wasn't really like how a father would meet his long-lost child, unless you're Gon Freaks' dad from Hunter x Hunter. But it could all well be an act to keep Subaru safe from some unknown threat that we aren't aware of. Number 6. A change of characters? More screen time for Betty. Beatrice became an instant fan favorite from the very first time she made her way onto the screen, and it looks like Studio White Fox wanted to take full advantage of this at the expense of Puck. In the light novels, it was actually Puck that talked about the Witch of Envy, Satella, with Subaru, but the anime replaced it with Beatrice. If you watch the second season of the show, then you know that neither of the two could have been part of this conversation, considering their past. But it was definitely a great moment in showing Betty as the wise little girl we have all come to love. Number 5. Emilia doesn't feel cold? We might be cheating here a little bit, but technically we're still in Season 1 territory with this one. There was a special OVA called Memory Snow, which told a really cute story taking place just after the events of episode 11. The main premise of the episode was Subaru feeling really cold and finding out who the main culprit was behind the ever-decreasing temperature of the mansion. At the end of the day, it was revealed that it was Puck who was releasing this cold energy. But the interesting thing here was that Emilia told Subaru that she was unable to notice any changes in temperature due to her contract with Puck. It was revealed that because of the contract, she was unable to feel cold even in extremely low temperatures, which opens up a lot of possibilities for the future of the show, as binding contracts with spirits will definitely play a major part in the story. Number 4. Is Felt a royal? One thing about ReZero that we love is the vast lore involved in the story. But sometimes it can be a challenge to find out missing information or reading through the lines to understand a character's backstory. An interesting alluded detail regarding Felt is that she appears to be of royal blood. There are a few different clues that pop up early in the light novels and are just barely alluded to in the anime. In the light novels, it was revealed that the members of the royal family had golden hair and crimson eyes, matching Felt's appearance. Even more so, after the royal selection ceremony, Reinhard makes a new outfit for Felt, and the design is considered to be a sign of having royal blood. Finally, and most notably, is that 14 or so years before the start of the story, an incident occurred where the infant daughter of the king's younger brother was kidnapped by thieves who snuck into his residence, and the child was never recovered. All of these subtle clues give some reason to believe that Felt is indeed a royal, but unfortunately, since the members of the royal family are currently all deceased, there is no way to confirm this theory. Number 3. No skirt for Ferris? In the light novel, Ferris wears a skirt as part of his royal guard uniform, but in the anime it was changed to pants. Ferris might not seem like the most powerful character at first sight, but he's perhaps the strongest healer in the kingdom of Laguna, and according to Tape Nagatsuki, he was taken into consideration as the final boss of the series, but he scrapped that idea fairly quickly. It would have been nice to see Ferris being true to his light novel self in the anime, and it feels like an opportunity wasted for him to be an icon for the LGBTQ community involved in the anime world. It would have been one of the biggest characters to educate people about the use of preferred pronouns, as he refers to himself as Fairy-chan and he clearly wants to be addressed as that. Number 2. Why did Emilia call herself Satella? The very first episode of ReZero caught the fans' attention when in the first death loop, Emilia introduces herself to Subaru as the Witch of Envy. There were some fan theories brewing about if she really was Satella, but you can see from Puck's reaction that he was completely surprised and confused over her introduction. The only reasonable explanation is that she said her name was Satella because she was so used to feeling like an anomaly in her world, and when someone began to treat her with kindness, she didn't know how to react. She used the name of the Witch of Envy to see if it would scare Subaru away, but him being from a completely different world made that plan pretty useless. Number 1. Oda Laguna? We've repeatedly heard the term divine protection thrown around throughout the first season of the show, but what exactly does it mean? Some races have a divine protection that is always given to members of that race, but most people are born without any divine protection. And those who are born with it know about their divine protection without being told so. The question that's bothering us is what or who exactly is this Oda Laguna? There's nothing we can find in the show about it, but it looks like something too important to not mention. Maybe it has something to do with Subaru's sudden appearance into the world. Hopefully we'll find out soon, but until then, we hope you enjoyed this video. We post weekly anime content on Wednesday or Thursdays, so don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, check out our past videos of ReZero and the other 10 things you missed. See you soon!